Welcome back. It is a new month, so it's April, 1st of April. I'm expecting some different questions this month. Questions tend to change for each month a little bit, not a huge amount. But anyway, let's see what we've got. First question. Now, first question, actually the first question is fairly straightforward, isn't it? So the first question is basically saying, do you understand what the equation of a circle is? So the general form of an equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to the radius squared. So let's do this in reverse order. So the radius is 5, 5 squared is 25. And then I transform my circle from the origin by taking away 7 and taking away 2. In other words, the y value and the x value from up here. And that's it, x minus 7 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 25. First question done. Next question. So I've got f of x and g of x, and it says work out the range of f of x. So the range is the output. Now this is considerably easier if you know how to sketch this curve. So this is the curve x squared minus 8 of a parabola which goes through minus 8. So in other words, my range is all values that are above minus 8, and I'm going to write that as f of x, because it's the range, it's the output, is always greater than minus 8, but also can include minus 8 if x is equal to 0. That wasn't too bad. Next question. Solve. Okay, and then it says give your answer to one decimal place. Now, I'm thinking because f of x has an x squared and because g of x doesn't, I'm thinking this is a quadratic, which I'm going to have to solve using the quadratic formula because it won't factorize because it tells me one decimal place. So let's just do that. So f of x is x squared minus 8, and it tells me that's equal to 4 lots of g of x. So let's write that down. So 4 lots of g of x, which is 6 minus 7x. Let's expand this. So that's going to be x squared minus 8 is equal to 24 minus 28x, and bring it all to the one side. So x squared plus 28x minus 8 minus another 24 is minus 32 is equal to 0. And as I said, I know already it's just going to be quadratic formula because I know it's a decimal place. So that tells me that's going to be x is equal to minus 28 plus minus the square root of, what am I doing? 28 squared minus 4 times 1, I'm not going to write the 1, times minus 32. So that minus 4 is going to be a plus 4, and dividing all of that by 2. Now get my calculator out. So my calculator tells me that this is the same as minus 28 plus minus the square root. So it's not the square root, is it? It is 4 times root 57 over 2. If I do the plus version, so minus 28 plus 4 root 57 over 2, that is approximately 1.1. So remember, one decimal place in the question. And if I do the minus version, so minus 28 minus 4 root 57 all over 2, that is minus 29, just read my calculator, 29.1 to one decimal place. And that's it, 2 answers. It does say give each answer to one decimal place, bit of a clue, there's 2 answers. And I'm happy with that one, yeah, that's fine. Next and final question today, the unit square. Now, I'm not even going to read the rest of the question. I don't really care if it's a unit square unless it tells me to draw the square, but let's carry on. So the unit square is transformed by a reflection in the y-axis. So in other words, I'm going to move it over to the other side, followed by an enlargement scale factor 3 sent to the origin. What is the overall transformation? Okay. Again, I don't really care about the square. What I do care about is what happens to, I'm going to write them down. So what happens to the point 1, 0. I'm going to do a different color because then you can see what I'm doing. And what happens to the point 0, 1. Well, if I reflect in the y-axis, then 1, 0 is going to become over here. So that's going to become minus 1, 0. And then if I stretch it by scale factor 3, well then both of these are going to multiply by 3. And let's draw it over here so it's clear what's happening. So my ending points are going to be, this one has come over to minus 3, 0. And the green one is in the same plane, but it's going to be 0, 3. Now, how do I do that as a transformation matrix? Well, what I'm doing is I'm taking my original red coordinates, 1, 0, and they become the new red coordinates, which is minus 3, 0. And I'm going to take my original green coordinates, which is 0, 1, and that becomes the new green coordinates, which is 0, 3. Now I'm going to get rid of this just so that's not confusing, which means my transformation matrix is minus 3003. And that's it, question done. Actually, a nice little mix of questions today, and I've got a feeling over the next few days we're going to see some similar, slightly different sorts of questions. Let me know how it went for you. Do like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks all.